Before we get into this review of Home Again, make sure to stick around to the end of the video, and I'll be announcing the winner for the Funko headquarters Funko Pop and Dorb set, so stay tuned to the end of this video. Alright, let's talk about Home Again. This is directed by Hallie Myers-Shyer, and she's the daughter of very popular writer and director Nancy Myers and Charles Shyer. She is joining the family business and creating this rom-com and enlisting the help of Reese Witherspoon. She is writing this movie and directing this movie. I enjoyed Nancy Myers' take last year on The Intern. I thought it was a very surprising film. So going into Home Again, I thought maybe that the daughter of these two writers and directors could bring some charm to this movie that her mother and father have done before in the past. And this movie is about Alice, who is a recently single mother moving from New York to Los Angeles with her two daughters. She is living in her late director father's house. Her father has directed some great films in the past, so she is living in the house that he lived in. She is celebrating her 40th birthday, going out with some old friends while also making some new friends along the way. She meets three young men who are aspiring filmmakers, and they're trying to get a producer on their film to make their short film into a feature-length film. Well, they are broke and struggling and they need a place to live. The party ends back at Alice's house. Alice's mother comes to drop off the kids in the morning and suggests to Alice that these three men stay with her, and that is our film. And one of them is in love with Alice. This movie takes everything that Nancy Myers and Charles Shyer did previously. She is doing nothing new with this film, and everything feels cliched in this movie and honestly a bit unrealistic. Watching this film, these struggling, aspiring filmmakers are supposedly struggling and they're getting kicked out of their motel, but yet they looked super tanned and looked like they could work at American Eagle. They just dressed super nice and they had this attitude going on for themselves that they really don't care where they get their money from, and they don't really have that struggling attitude going for them, except for one of them that wants to branch off and write some other films for some money. But for the most part, none of them feel like they are struggling at all. And then we have Alice, who is recently singled. She's been separated for about 5 months now, and so she's living in Los Angeles and trying to create her own business, and nothing about her seems struggling at all. Everything just happens way too easy for these characters, and it feels more like a fairy tale than a rom-com, because this girl lives in New York, she leaves her husband, goes to Los Angeles, and she has this huge mansion for herself, and the friends all go to this party, and hey, the lady has a guest house in the back that is super nice, more nice than my apartment. So everything just happens so easily for these characters. The dialogue in Home Again is horrendous and some of the worst of the year, and it really was not a lot of effort put into the conversations between these characters. Alice is having an argument with the boy that she is having relations with, and she says that he is going to mess up because she knows this, because she knows this. It's that simple, and there is not much depth to the conversation. There's also not a lot of depth to the characters. I don't really feel like any of them have any strong points to them that would make a very interesting person to be friends with outside of this movie. So neither does the dialogue and the characters have any depth for them at all. This movie does end somewhat nicely. The third act is a little well done. There's a little bit of muted joy and some charm at the end of the film, but it is all very typical. We have the setup of the guy and girl fighting, and she doesn't want anything to do with him anymore. They move out, they come back and have one last hurrah with her, and everything ends all nicely. But this movie is very cliched. It has been done before. Her parents have created this kind of film before. She has done nothing to offer anything new in this film. The acting is very bad. Nothing really stands out in this film for maybe about 5 minutes towards the end when everything's nice and giddy. But that's about it. Everything else is just been there, done that, and is not very exciting at all. I'm gonna go ahead and give Home Again a D+. I did enjoy the last 5 minutes, but that all came a little too late for this movie. If Hallie Myers-Shyer wants to do another film again, she needs to strengthen her writing skills, because the dialogue and the characters were horrible. Alright guys, if you stuck around to the end of this video, I told you guys that I would be announcing the winners for the Funko Pop giveaway. These two Funkos can only be found at the Funko shop in Everett. I'm giving away the two items, the Funko Pop and the Dorb set. Everybody entered. I had a lot of responses for this, so I was really happy about this. So let's find out this winner. I have this site called gleam.io, which I have been using for a couple giveaways now, and I really like how this website is built. So we're going to pick the winner, draw winners. There were 31 potential users that could win. So let's figure out who the winner is. Draw, and the winner is, it's drawing still. The winner is Zach Pope. Awesome, I know that guy. So Zach Pope, if you want to send me your address, I will send you these two Funkos along the way. Make sure to subscribe to my channels, guys, because I am doing more giveaways like this in the near future. October, in a couple weeks, I'll be doing one just like this. Make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification because I will be doing more giveaways like this very, very soon, guys. Stick tuned to my channel because I got some cool things to announce for you guys. Thank you, Zach Pope, for entering this contest, and everybody who had entered. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best as always. This is Just Watch Movies, and you stay classy, YouTube.